Yes, I did wear the helmet for the first half of this film. 4 Phillips screws, 12 chromies, and 10 plastic pop rivets. All you're going to need is that number 4 Allen, or the 5/32, and one only little Phillips, which will work on the pop rivets too. I'm using something else here, though, of course. Screw things up. That comes off first. The small cowling in front of the tank. And then there's 8 pop rivets to pull off this front cowling. The front cowling must come off to make the left and right fairings come off without a headache. There's 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you ate one too. 1 Phillips up in the top right left hand corner, and another Phillips in the top right hand corner. I'm using the magnet because when you pull it out, they won't come out by themselves. So you pull the cowling and then they fall to the floor and go in a crack, and they go into an abyss and end up in mortar. So be careful with that. Okay, that comes right off. Now the left and the right fairings, side covers, cowlings will come off. They're about $250 a side. So make sure you put this plastic somewhere where you won't step on it. There's 6 of these number 4 Allen bolts on each side of the bike. First time I took this off was a nightmare. I'm not one for reading instructions. Well, I think I am more now than several years ago, but let's see what goes off next. I was doing this for the TPS cleaning and eventual replacement. Comes off so easy when the black front cowling is off. I can take it off in 10 minutes and put it all back on in 12, not counting the tank, without even really busting a blister. 6 more on this side. This is the 05V, and then what, 02 to 13 they were made. They're kind of well on their way to becoming dinosaurs. They don't make them anymore. Well, the 2014 is called the V-Strom. There's that little nipple up in the middle there where my right hand was. It's up by the fork. That nipple ties into putting it on and off. Got to wiggle a little bit and it pops right out. Of course, 2014 is a totally different beast. Maybe almost should have renamed it. And voila! Tank's ready to come off. Undo the 12, undo the 10, and you can take the tank off. Which I did, and clean the TPS and put it back on. I'll post that later, or maybe it's posted already. Internet is a weird time continuum. Anyways, the second part was filmed with the ion on my hat. The redneck cam. There's that little nipple I'm slightly struggling with because it's got to come out at the same time as the tab, which I reach back to and unhook. Those two have to line up or come off at the same time, no matter what direction you're going, on or off. Once they're lined up, then you can see it just clips. The boy goes just like a Lego, just clicks back together. Ah, yes. That. Once I forgot to put those Phillips back in, and I rode around without them for several months, and nothing happened. But I'm sure they're important. On the other side, and again, the 6 bolts on. Once those 2 are lined up there, and at the back there, it'll clip right in so nicely. And I tighten everything later. I do put the 1 Phillips in, but I put all the other bolts in after, as it makes it easier to put the front cowling on, which is too like a Lego. It just clips together. Something like that. 8 pop rivets. And the 2 Phillips, 1 up there and 1 up in the other corner. Then I put the rivets in. Yeah, I'm doing my Vanna White. I think I do a stewardess impression here coming up. Pop those in. They're very easy. Everything clicks together, and you're basically done. So this is a pretty simple how-to video. That's why I speeded it up, because it takes 20-25 minutes to do it otherwise, off and on. Perhaps it'll help somebody who's a little new at these older V-Stroms, because although they are no longer in production, this particular model, 02 to 13 are so similar, it's quite amazing. 14 is really totally different beast. Good. And I can tell you that the TPS cleaning did help a little bit. I need some hot weather. It's October though, so that goes on. Once you've done it 6 times, it's easy. It's the first one that's a little weird. And the other side. That's that signal that I broke up in the driveway in Dawson City as the neighbor lady was running over, waving at us frantically. I thought I'd ran over her child. But apparently there was a good deal on fuel just down the road in Dawson City. And as I looked over at her, I backed over a pothole, putting the final clip on in the seat, put my right foot down. There was a hole there, and over I went. Dealer code put away. See you back on and we're done. It's a wrap.